Mitt Romney is trying to stabilize his presidential campaign after losing last week in 3 states. However, over the weekend, he won Maine's primary and a conservative straw poll. But not all Republicans are convinced that Romney has proven he's the most conservative candidate. Joining me this morning to talk more about the GOP race is Congressman Poe. Good morning and thanks for being here.
Good morning, Jose.
Okay, some political experts are saying that Romney's stance on these social issues just isn't conservative enough for them, and that's helping Rick Santorum's campaign. Okay, is Santorum gaining ground with conservatives right now?
Santorum is gaining ground with social conservatives. The issue, though, at the end of the day, I believe, will be the Republicans will choose the candidate that they believe can win against President Obama, and also more likely on economic conservative issues as opposed to social conservative issues. They both agree on social conservative issues. Santorum is more conservative on those issues. So I don't know that it's going to make a big difference. Romney seems to be always the guy in the race. It's Romney plus somebody else. Every time I come and we chat, it's always somebody else, a flavor of the month. And this week, it's Santorum.
Well, Santorum campaigned in Texas last week, and now when you think in terms of Ron Paul, Newt Gingrich, is there that possibility that Texas will still be a key player when it comes to selecting the nominee?
Maybe so. Unfortunately, the federal judges have moved our primary, as Melissa just pointed out, from March to April. If we were on Super Tuesday, Texas would be a big player. April, I do believe the campaign will still be going on. No candidate will have enough votes to win the nomination at the convention, so Texas may still be a big player, and it's anybody's game in Texas among those four.
I want to talk to you about the administration's reversal on contraceptive care. A lot of religious organizations, including the Catholic Church, were a little bit upset at the proposal that they would have to require it. Then all of a sudden last week, the president kind of took a step back and said, you're not going to be required, it's going to be the insurance companies. What's your take?
Well, first of all, the issue is not really contraceptives. It's federal government coming in, violating the First Amendment, and forcing a religious organization to violate their religious principles. That's the issue. Now, are those religious principles still violated under this new compromise? A lot of religious organizations provide in-house insurance. In other words, they self-insure. How does that apply in this situation? And is shifting the burden to the insurance company really making it okay and not violating religious principles? We're not sure. The Catholic Church, which has been on the forefront of this whole controversy, hasn't really decided if this new compromise really is the same old thing, it's just smoke and mirrors, or it really is a difference. So we will see how that plays out.
Are you satisfied with the compromise, so to speak?
Personally, I am not satisfied with it, because the insurance companies are doing the same thing that the charity would have done, but it's the burden on the insurance company now to provide these contraceptives. So I don't think it's much of a change, but it is somewhat of a change.
One last question, that's regarding the House Judiciary Committee. I think it's going to be holding some hearings on the recess appointments. Presidents can do them, but they're going to take the president to task on this.
That's correct. Primarily, the Judiciary Committee that I'm on is going to review the president's appointments during the so-called recess. The problem is Congress wasn't in recess. The Senate was still in a pro forma session. In fact, they even passed legislation. So many of us think the president violated the Constitution. That's why we're going to have a very lively judiciary hearing and have folks from the administration and other constitutional experts testify whether those appointments are really valid or not. And we'll find out this week.
Congressman Poe, always a pleasure to have you.
It's good to see you.
Look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Melissa.
You're right.